Riverine. When I was young, you were simply a smudge on the map I skipped past. A mere echo from distant Dramara hills as I chased far-flung famous 5 storylines. You were melody, calling to me as I constructed tenuous huts trussed to chestnut trees. You were the source from which the jewelled trout were pulled out, or so I was told. You were the one from which kingfishers picked sticklebacks, a subterranean treasure chest. You were the mirage on a child's horizon, the Crayola backdrop to a never-ending expedition. You are the destination, sought out as a saviour, the sanctuary of a come-of-age, never-too-late explorer. Written by Dana Byatt.
Symbiosis. Each lighter was drawn by horse, and each horse was given a name. At the third lock, they'd lie up, allow their horses rest, for it took 2 days to reach Lough Neagh from Belfast City. Witnesses say the lightermen were kind, ran their blackened fingers through the manes of their companions, took turns to walk the towing path, step for step, would whisper, "Not much further now." Listen to the history of our waterways, a language shared by weary men and horses, their stories inscribed by hoof and foot along the towpaths of the Lagan. Written by Louise Watt.
Stepping stones. The Shimna River in the county of Down, from the mountains of Mourne through Newcastle town. I followed the water to the Irish Sea with a man who meant the world to me. A sparkling waterfall and the white foam below, the thundering sound of rumble and flow. Tiny hands gripping a treasured shiny stone, his strong warm arms carrying me home. At Tipperary Woods, where the river gets lazy, lush green grass and the sunshine hazy, collecting frog spawn or aging a tree, a love of nature he instilled in me. Stepping stones at Tollymore, where the river is clear and deep. Castle Park, a rowing boat, a bridge and a salmon leap. My daughters now making these memories with me. My father is with us, from mountain to sea. Written by Melanie Stewart.
Lighter moments. I remember after school, or instead of school, running down the towpath, damp cow parsley brushing my legs, hope thudding in my chest. Would the lighter still be there? The wee dog barked his welcome, and the lighterman handed me an apple, shining red against his hand. Big hands with nails edged in black. His eyes shone from his weather-beaten face. I smelt sweat and heat and coal. He kept me going, teasing me, his great roaring laughs echoing over the river. Sometimes I got my own back. He repeated what I said and laughed some more. Then, too soon, always too soon, we reached the loch. I said cheerio and jumped onto the bank. With a mock salute, they receded. Silence closed over the river. I fished till the sun set, my head full of it all. I dreamt of a life on the river, with a dog and a boat of my own. Written by Rhonda, Glasgow.
On the contrary. Time for my precious trip to the river. Amazing how the circumstances change. Compare each one with the other. You realise where you prefer to be. At home. Children doing what they're told. Field beside the river. They enjoy their freedom. Parents relax on the grass. Deep breath of fresh air. Fond of that little time of release. Lunchtime at home. Jam sandwich. Yuck. Picnic by the river. Jam sandwich. Kitchen table. Try not to make a mess. Blanket on the field. Open tinfoil with excitement. House all alone. Wall facing another. Surrounded by loneliness again. Settled on a bench. Enjoying my isolation. Nature, freshness, views and trickles of water. Indoors. Sight of a spider. You squeal. On a bench. Taking in the beauty. Patterns on the spider while climbing its creation. The detail in its web, exquisite. Straight face, worry what has to be done next. Dandering by the river, not a care in the world. Smiles all around, pleasing, enjoyable, satisfying. Clear mind, taking in current happenings. Change of surroundings can help so much, for so many people, in so many ways. Mine is my river. Peace, pleasure, relaxation, something to look forward to. Written by Angie Porter.
The Lagan's Natural Waterways. A cold winter's day on the Lagan. The smell of rotted wood and greasy cogs as the lock gates were checked like a military inspection. Whilst nature provided the soundtrack, birds whistling, leaves crunching and winds blowing. The water slapping as it fought against the mucky riverbanks. At night, he nestled in the reeds, out of his vermin prey sight, his steely blue eye aimed down the barrel of his gun, taking a deep breath and a tight hold. Flashbacks racing in his head of his army years, the moonlight reflecting off the weapon's metalwork. He got the rats in his line of sight. As he took his shot to rid the Lagan of these pests, he was the lock keeper in the 70s. Killing rats is the only good memory of my dad. My natural waterway breaks the bank and trickles down my cheek. Written by Greg McIlwain.